Anyway, I guess we should start.
We can start.
We can.
pretend
Hello. Yeah. Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Beer Talks with my friends Addie and Stanley, who will be here momentarily. But why don't you say hi first, Ads?
Hi, everyone. I get to say hi first this time.
You do. And then we have Stanley. Hi, everyone. That's Stan.
That's Stan, yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
Sounds identical.
Absolutely. It wasn't me, or there were no tricks involved. I think he can hear us, actually, because he has his headphones on.
Oh my gosh.
So I can hear him laughing.
sound.
I can hear him laughing. Like his
True.
yeah, his mic was like moving up and down like the meter.
Oh, true,
Anyway,
true.
thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're back. Stan's back, but he's getting settled. Oh, there. Okay. Did you run?
Yeah, dude, I can hear you guys.
I know.
I was like, oh my god, I was screaming hi.
Oh, I did hear it.
Yeah. Except your echo cancellation, I moved that, remove that. So, anyway, hello, we're back. Talking at you again at a special day, which is every day.
Every day is special.
Every day is special. Actually, today's episode is special because we don't have a beer of the day. We have beers of the episode. It's a BYOB episode.
Why is it funny?
It's funny, right? Because imagine,
Out of character, I guess.
Is there out of character?
Is it? I guess it's...
Have we not done BYOB before?
We've never done BYOB.
No.
We did a BYO.
Flavor?
BYO's. Oh, what's the cider? BYOC?
Yeah, but we chose like a specific cider. We just got different flavors.
Red Summers be correct, yes.
Alright, okay, you know what? For those who don't know, what does BYOB mean?
Be your
Own
best
boss.
be your own boss.
See?
No, BYOB means bring your own booze.
Mhm.
I can't believe some people
that's
don't
what we
know.
did
Actually,
today.
you know what? You're right. Some people wouldn't know that. That is very presumptuous of me to think that everybody knows that. So I guess I'll start what I brought. It was,
Okay, go for it.
I brought a Flying Monkey Sparklepuff.
What? We are shocked.
Yeah, I have a few more in the fridge.
A few, dang.
Yeah, I have a couple
You weren't
more.
kidding when you said you liked it, eh?
Yeah. I do like
I
it.
like a 6-pack.
No, they don't come in 6-packs. You have to buy them individually, right? So
So you just bought a bunch of
Juice-
individuals.
Juicy Ass comes in 6-pack. I think that was your previous favorite.
true.
Or
I like.
Molten.
There was a restaurant that offered Juicy Ass on tap. I think there's a few
What?
actually. Yeah.
That's so cool.
On tap?
Yeah. Flying Monkeys on tap, and it was so
Oh.
crisp, dude. Like it was enlightening. Anyway, what'd you guys bring, Addie?
I brought this. I think the beer brewery is called Wicklow Wolf. The beer itself is Apex Oatmeal Stout.
Apex Oatmeal Stout.
Yeah.
Where are they from?
Apex Predator.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry. They are from Ireland.
Actually, but like brewed in like London, right?
It is, yeah, Wicklow Wolf Brewery Co. Ireland. Wicklow, Ireland.
Okay. And Stanley, you brought your fave?
Brought my fave. It's Stella Artois.
Stella R3. R2?
R3.
R3, right?
R3.
Yeah.
Not Artois, is Artois.
Artois. Stella Artois. I mean, are we gonna get into the flavors?
We could. I mean, like,
No,
I'm gonna
yeah,
have
let's
to
go
take
for
a
it.
sip first.
All right, let me crack this open.
Okay. True. We have to cheers anyway.
Yes. Maybe you should have prepared like I did, Addie.
What are you talking about? That was not a struggle.
Cheers a can. Everybody's good? Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Oh my god.
I can go first because this I think everybody already knows. Like Stella is such a classic flavor. It is kind of like I think on the lighter side. This is kind of like what I imagine when people say beer. Just in general, like when
You're
people
so
say
bougie.
beer in a general sense. This is what I imagine.
Stella used, at least when I was working at food and beverage, when I was working at
Yes,
the
yes,
bar,
it is a
Stella is
luxury.
the
Is a
bougie.
luxury.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah, yeah. It
premium
does say La Beer
Correct, yeah.
Fine Deluxe, but
Mm.
you know what? Like this is like I don't know. I've
You're
always had
so
it, and it's always
fancy,
delicious.
bro. Oh my
It's
god.
always delicious.
Pinky up and everything. Sorry, Adelaide, you
Thank
were
you for
wowing.
everything.
You were wowing and sham wowing and in
Yeah.
awe. What were you
I think
thinking?
this is this beer is very me. It's stout, right? So it's very dark. It's very like smoky. It's really delicious. I'm like,
Is it heavy?
it feels like a meal. It does feel like a meal.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So it's pretty thick, but like it's still smooth. Does that make sense? Like it doesn't have too much of a bitter aftertaste. Because sometimes stouts can be too strong and then it kind of leaves this flavor on your tongue, but this one's okay actually.
Is there no like coffeeness to it? Like a roastiness to it?
Yes, but there's something else to it. It's like a nuttiness to it.
Oh,
Almost.
okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. I wish they had like tasting notes. Oh, they do. Okay.
Mm.
Apex Oatmeal Stout champions a heavy malt bill brewed with only the best flaked Irish oats. Specialty roast and chocolate malts. Oh, okay. It's supposed to have chocolate notes, I guess. And yes, you are
Sounds kinda
correct. It is
delicious.
supposed to. It's actually so good. Like if you guys find it, I highly recommend.
Ooh.
It is supposed to feel like an intense burst of fresh coffee, chocolate milk, and a delicious creamy smoothness.
How do I
I
know?
think
How do I know it has coffee, Stanley? How do I
Has
know? I asked. It's not because I read, okay? I didn't cheat.
Say I'm like you read.
I
the
didn't
description?
cheat. No, I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat. I promise. I didn't. My other monitor is just an empty nothingness. An open Firefox
Nice.
blank. Anyway, you guys had Sparklepuffs before.
Mhm.
It's alcohol-y. I'm gonna be
Is it
hammered.
just as good as you had it the first time?
Mm.
You know,
Oh,
I mean, I guess it's fine because we scheduled a recording last time too, which we ended up canceling.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, sweet, I get to drink that day
You enjoy.
the Sparklepuff, right? And then you
Okay.
canceled, and I was like, I don't need permission from these guys to drink.
You drank
you had
anyway.
one?
So I drank, yeah. So I had one. So I've actually, this is my third one now. Not this week, okay, but this is
Okay,
my
okay.
third one today since we'd had the first one. So I guess
Okay.
yeah. So this will be my second one.
So has it stayed consistent? Is the
Yeah,
question?
yeah, yeah. It has.
Oh, it has.
Oh, yeah, eh?
Okay.
I genuinely think that it's a lot more alcohol front than you guys would probably remember.
No,
But
I
it's-
remember it to be very alcohol forward.
Oh, do you? Okay, well,
Yes.
well, yeah. And then it has like, and then it's followed with like the apple ciderness,
Yes.
and then the sweetness, and then you got the IPA bitters, which again is not that bitter.
Yeah.
I remember it to be very, very sweet, apple cidery, right?
Correct. Yes, it's very sweet. The bitterness is way afterwards, later.
This
Anyway.
is like a heavy one, right? I remember it's like 10%.
Like 10.2 or something.
Yes, it is.
Ah.
It is exactly 10.2, Stanley. You're right.
Well, you'll have the most fun today.
I mean, I have fun regardless. You guys make
Okay.
it sound like I have a problem, like always.
What? Never. It's never
Anyway,
a problem.
speaking of problems, Addie,
Wow.
Addie's
I
driving.
feel like I should be offended.
No, I mean like Addie's driving today, so I'll let her drive. Okay.
I see.
Beep beep, get on.
Beep beep.
Is that
Okay.
gonna be a reoccurring thing?
The beep
Only when I'm
beep.
driving. Only when I'm driving.
Okay. So this episode, I don't know if you guessed it, but we are going to talk about friends to lovers. Yay!
I knew it.
So lovers.
I don't know if it's because of like the like TV shows that I'm watching now or whatever, but
It totally is. I knew it.
okay, so basically, everyone knows what that means, right? Like friends to lovers, like this age-old trope. It happens in so many rom-coms, whether it's TV shows or movies. Basically, people that are friends and people are like, oh, why aren't you two dating? And they're just like, no, we're friends. Fast forward a few years later, it's like, actually we've been in love with each other forever and we just realized. And then they become couples and then live their happily ever after, right? It is so common and it is so accepted in like rom-coms, but I've always was kind of like weirded out by it. I don't know if you've ever seen it like in your own lives, IRL, or if that's ever kind of like rubbed you in a weird way. But I kind of find that to be a little problematic, especially if these people are dating people, like have dated people prior to them coming together. Do you know what I mean? So like in real life, for example, I know people who are like, they've been best friends most of their life, dates other people, their other significant others sometimes get an inkling and it's like, oh, she's your best friend, or like, oh,
Right.
he's your best friend.
Right.
And then they're like, no, if we ever had a thing, we would have dated. Like you and I wouldn't have happened. Fast forward, they break up. And who did they end up with ultimately? That best friend that they allegedly didn't have a thing with. So it's like sometimes like if I was like the girlfriend that ended up breaking up, right? I sometimes would be like, I think it's fair for me to be like, you know, my suspicions from back then are confirmed, right? Like it's a little weird, right?
Oh, so you think it's problematic?
Like it can be problematic in some situations, you know? I think I don't know if you like again, I don't know if you've seen it in your real life, but like obviously it's also very common in like celebrity lives. Like they're like, oh, who's a good example? Oh, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Were they friends before?
Yeah, so they met on Green Lantern, became friends, and their dating story, like you can find this online. How they started dating was they were each dating other people, and they had like a double date. But then during the double date, she basically says like, oh, Ryan and I couldn't stop talking with each other, and we had all these jokes and we kept giggling. And then it was after that double date that they were like, ding ding ding, oh, I'm actually in love with him, or like, oh, actually in love with her. And then they eventually break up with their like their respective significant others, and they ended up together. That was kind of
I
like
think-
their love story.
Okay, so like I think your premise is that like, hey, this is like a problematic thing because there's like latent like potential cheating involved.
Right.
Right? Is that kind of the premise? And then using
Yeah.
this example, it's basically like, well, like after they kind of went on this date, they basically went on to date each other. Which honestly, like I think in this scenario, it's okay. Like
Right.
obviously people did get hurt, but also like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, if I'm gonna call them Blake and Ryan because you know like we're close.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
True.
you know, if Blake and Ryan were like into each other and they found love in each other, you know, and then they chose each other,
Right.
like you know, like who's to say like no, you can't because you were already dating other people, you know.
Mm-mm.
Is it problematic? I think generally I can see it being problematic.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I don't know, like I am in my world, I don't know if I know anybody that went from being very, very, very close friends
Mhm.
to lovers
Okay.
like that. Like I think there are instances where people stayed in like the peripherals of each other's world and remain acquaintances and maybe like not so great friends, like kind of just like once in a while friends, but then eventually got together because they had an opportunity. But I don't know if I know anybody that's like close and then after years of interacting with each other they're like, yeah, you know what, let's date.
Right.
Maybe-
John, have
maybe-
you experienced it?
Maybe problematic is a bit too harsh. Maybe like it's like a
Okay,
flag.
fair.
Maybe it's like a flag,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, so,
Whatever,
like-
whatever flag that is.
Yeah. Like I've seen someone
Yeah.
online describe it like
Blood orange.
it's not
Yeah.
cheating, but it's also not cheating. So it's like this kind of like gray area where it's like you're not actually cheating. Like it's not
Well, like-
doesn't go venture into that realm. But then at the same time, like there's enough there where it's like it's not cheating though. Like it can make people uncomfortable.
Yeah, but because like for me, especially if like, and you guys know, like if I'm, like we don't need to be romantically involved for me to care for you deeply. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then that's not fair. You know, like that expectation of you to be like, oh, you and your friends have so much chemistry.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's why we're friends, you know? And then like,
Mm,
and they're like, if they're in such a, you know, troubled situation per se, like I'll be there. Like it doesn't matter
yeah.
like whatever time, right? I remember we had this discussion about like
Yes.
a long time ago, right? Where your SO's best friend is like at the opposite sex or whatever. And then they
Mhm.
would always hit them up. Remember? Yeah, we had this
Yeah.
Yeah,
conversation.
we had this conversation.
We had. And I was on the hill that's like, yeah, but like if you guys are like,
Not the
you know,
hill.
yeah, I was on the mountain.
Oh my
It was like,
God.
So far away. Okay.
yeah, because like I really believe that, you know, people do have that capacity, and it's just a matter of trust at that point, right? Obviously, and if that partner. Anyway, that's besides the point. I think what I'm trying to get at is, my first point is that, like what Stan said, like people did get hurt, and that does suck.
Mhm.
But like, you know, what are you gonna do? You know what I
Like,
mean?
I-
Like,
Obviously,
I know.
with the caveat that they have to do it right? Like, as long as it doesn't venture into like actual cheating before they actually get
And
together. Like,
it very well may have, and it very well like probably happen just because of
yeah,
it's good, you know. So it's like it's a scandal all around, right?
mhm.
But like I think realistically, okay, I think this is how I see it. I've formulated the thought in the last like 2 minutes. Okay.
okay,
So I think that friends to lovers, more unlikely going to happen when you're younger. So for example, like
Mm.
it's not like we've been friends for 4 or 5 years since I was 20 and now we're 25, we're gonna be friends or we're gonna like, you know, try dating. I think
Right.
it's more likely gonna happen to people that are older, right? Like I think,
Mhm.
you know, maybe you've been friends for like 10, 15 years, maybe even close friends. And,
Yeah.
you know, like you both have gone through some shit together. You're maybe even our age, right? Or older.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? Like, why not? Let's give it a try. And then it turns out to be this really amazing thing. The
Yeah.
reason why I think that is because I think the way I look at relationships now is very different than
Mhm.
what I did back then. Back then, it's always
Yeah.
like you're chasing a butterfly somehow, right? Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you know, I don't feel it, you know, like I don't
Yeah.
Spark.
feel loved. Yeah, I don't feel the
Right,
spark.
the
I don't feel the
spark.
passion, right? And then you're
Mm.
like, oh,
God.
like yeah, and then it's a very like physiological thing, and you're like, oh, like maybe this isn't for me, and then you break
Mhm.
up, or like, you know, I think that if two people did stay friends and become like in a relationship later, again when you're younger, I think
Mm.
they both had already know that they want this, and then
Mhm.
they like in their head is a self-fulfilling prophecy, then they make it happen, right? But I think like older, like maybe people later in life have different objectives in
Mhm.
relationships, and perhaps this is where they're like, oh, you know what, maybe this person who's like pillar, or like this person who's always
Mhm.
supported me, this person who's always been my like really
Been
good friend,
present. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, like they are the right person for me at this stage in my life, and maybe I am for them, and you know, like why not give it a try? Because I think now I think of relationship as not like just that like
Spark.
butterfly that you're chasing,
Yeah.
right? But like it's work, right? Like you guys are
Yeah.
working actively to contribute into each other's lives.
Yeah.
And then so I think people with experience kind of can see that more clearly, and therefore can make the decision to be like, oh, let's work on something and see if it goes somewhere. And I'm not saying young people can't do this, because I certainly don't want to like rule out an entire like age group, right? But I think it's less likely, right? Just because
Yeah.
like I think that this does come with probably a little bit of life experience.
If I am friends with the couple that ended up together, right? Obviously happy for them, by all means. Like, y'all find your happiness, y'all find your soulmate. Like, who am I to say anything, right? But if we turn it around, right? If you were either the person right before they found each other, or like you were friends with the person that right before they found each other, would it feel deeply unfair, or like somewhat unfair? It's like, wait, I had this suspicion during our relationship, and then we break up. 6 months later, you guys ended up together. And during my relationship, you had assured me there was nothing. It would, like, putting myself in those shoes, I would think back to be like, were you just gaslighting me? Or like, I mean, it
You
feels
told me
like,
before, right?
right? Like I would feel like my suspicions were validated then.
You'd feel
and then
betrayed, of course.
I would feel a little bit betrayed. So I feel like, oh, that's a little unfair, right? So I think that would kind of taint my mind that way if I was in that other opposite position,
The
you
other
know?
end, yes.
So I think that's where I'm like I said, I look at it and I'm like, I know it's not cheating, but it doesn't feel like not cheating, you know? Like there's that like, you're not cheating, but you're also not being really fair to me, like that kind of situation. So that I think that's why whenever I look at that trope, I'm like, something makes me uncomfortable.
Genuinely, this sounds so complicated, but like I feel like
it's
it
not.
shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
I feel like it should. And this is the part that I might cut out because I don't want to make it about me. But when Stan was like,
Let's
"Oh,
make it
when you,"
about you, John.
I don't want it to be.
Yeah, no.
I don't want it to be.
It
But
never
when,
is. So for once, come on.
when you mentioned about like, oh, because like most of the relationships that I've had before, like that I took seriously, started out as a friendship, and in fact,
Right.
I preferred it that way.
Oh, you are the trope.
That's why I was like, why are we talking
Damn.
about this?
Okay, tell us more, John.
But have you dated other people before you dated that person? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you
No.
have a
Whilst
girlfriend
you've known them.
whilst, you know, you potentially had this other...
No, but the other person have dated other people.
No, but you. But you.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's like you started out the friendship just as pure friendship with no intention to date.
Yeah.
Right, but
And you've
but
dated other people before you
No.
dated that person.
no, but she was dating other people.
Okay, but then in that situation, it just sounds like you were waiting for your opportunity.
But I wasn't. But again, I wasn't. It was like
Mm.
I wasn't trying to like jump on the case. There have been times that it didn't, like the person would ask if we should happen, and I would be like, I think you're just a little confused right now. Do you know what I
See,
mean?
I
Like
think
I want you to be
but-
sure.
But I have a problem with that. Not
Oh.
like with the people that's involved or whatever, but I feel like if the person has to ask that, it means that they don't really know kind of like and you know, nobody really knows what they want, but like
Right.
you know, if they were like if, for example, and also I feel like it's a little bit unfair to you because they're putting the responsibility of this on you. Like
Totally,
Yeah.
dude, like
you
if you
decide
want
for
us
me.
to happen, let's have a conversation. But if you're
Yeah.
like do you think we should happen? And then what are you supposed to say? No? Then it's like, well, you didn't want it. And if you're like, yeah, then it's like, well, I'm with another person, right? Then it's like, then what?
Yeah, true.
I feel like I know who you're talking about, and I'm getting just as heated the first time I heard about this person.
Maybe we are thinking of the same person. Sorry, Addie, you look like you wanted to say something.
No, I was thinking the same. I'm like, are we naming this person?
No.
I'm
just
getting
kidding.
just as heated.
But this has happened again. I don't want to say a handful of times, but this has happened more times because again, I'd prefer a friendship first than like dating first. I don't know. I don't know. Like it's just, you know what I mean?
and
Like
I think I know. Like I think your preference is to get to know somebody
Mm-hmm.
first, and then like you know get to see if you guys are compatible, and then you know establish that trust first before you start dating, right? And I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe the people that you're like talking is the problem.
maybe, but sorry, I had a point and
Sorry.
forgot it. So that's sorry. Yeah. So remember when I said like I'm intimate with the friends that I have, like the ones that are
Yeah.
really close with me, right? And that's what I mean. Like I'm already at that level, and then like being in a relationship isn't that much more. I think for me personally, is that fair to say?
Would you ever be in a situation where like maybe you're like because of the way you are very intimate with your close friends, right?
Hmm.
And then would you ever be in a situation where you're like, oh, I'm like very intimate with lots of people that's close to me, and this is like not lots, not like 100 people, but like a handful of people that are very close to you. You are very intimate with them, and then one day someone is like, hey, let's give this a go, and then you kind of like take that little tiny step to the next, and then it just feels natural, but like it's not necessarily like you chose them and they you, but it kind of just naturally kind of happened that way with this particular person, therefore you're in a relationship.
The question?
But question, okay, right, my question is like would you still be okay with that versus you be like, hey, with this person I really want to get to know more. I don't know, like maybe I'm thinking of like different dating cultures, right? And then putting this scenario I guess to the test, really. There's
Mhm.
like, I think North American dating culture for straight couples. There's definitely North American dating culture for gay couples. And then because recently I watched The Boyfriend season 2, like it's a very different dating culture over there, right? And then there's like a whole nother world of underground dating of like, oh, like I can't really come out like from a gay perspective.
I
And then
see,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, and then all
It
of that.
complicates
So then
things,
like I'm
yeah.
putting this scenario to the test and I'm like, would this be like this just happened very naturally, but it could have happened with any one of your friends, or is this more of like is this like a strategy for dating? I guess is my question.
True, it could be, but I never looked for it that way because you guys know too. I was on the apps for a bit, right? So like, it's not like that's my only strategy tactic you know, to it. And again, it's not like I'm looking to be in a relationship with this person, but to your point of like being intimately emotionally close with my friends, like not with my friends, with the ones that, you know, with my good friends,
Matter.
the ones that really matter to me, right? To me, I think like, and I do understand where you guys are coming from, where this could be problematic if I date somebody who's not a friend, right? Like who's somebody outside the circle, because then she'd be like, you know,
like she wouldn't understand your closeness with
exactly, right?
Yeah.
And immediately it would be like where your Addie's point was like, it's not really cheating, but it feels like it is, right? Does that make sense? Or am I hitting? Are we chiming the same bells?
I think there's a different level of closeness, and maybe I'm thinking about it from a different perspective yet again. I feel like if one person sees the potential of dating but the other doesn't, I think there's a problem, right? True. If both people are like, no, like genuinely like, nah, we'll never date, then like I think it's fine, be close, right? Like be good friends. But like if one person's like, maybe one day, and then the other person's like, nah, this is never gonna happen, then I feel like it creates that friction for not only the two people involved but the people around them.
True.
I think I don't think there's a problem in terms of like being friends before you date someone. Like that's very common, right? Like that I can understand. I think, however, the caveat is, like John, you say you're usually pretty close to those you truly care about. You're pretty intimate with them. I think I am like that. However, I think I'm still different in terms of someone that I see a potential with versus someone I don't see a potential with. So I've had guy best friends growing up, like in high school and everything. It's like no secret, right? But there are guy best friends where I'm like, we are best friends, but if something down the road happens, I would probably be okay with it. And then I also had guy best friends where I'm like, genuine guy best friend, like zero interest whatsoever, but I am ride or die. If he calls me at night and he's like, I need help, I'd be there for him. But there's absolutely, like, I don't see that potential at all. And I feel like I was close with them in different ways. So like in the first scenario where I'm like, yeah, I would totally date him. It's just I'm not interested right now.
I get it.
But we can stay really good friends. Like in that scenario, I think that's where it's a bit problematic, where it's like if I date someone and they're like, oh, you are so close with so and so, and then I'm like, no, we're just best friends. It would feel like a disingenuine lie. Versus in the second scenario where like I see no interest in this person and they're like, he's your best friend? And I'm like, no, 100% not happening. That would be honest, right? And then that would not be a cheating scenario or a not cheating scenario, versus the first one would be like kind of gray, kind of iffy, and like not so on side or like, you know what I mean?
Okay, let me draw the line on the sand.
Okay.
For what it differs from me from being intimately friendly with you versus intimately in a relationship with you.
Okay.
And I think I've been thinking about it as you were speaking, and I think for me, like, and again, I have mentioned like being emotionally available and even emotionally vulnerable with my friends is, you guys know, I'm like, it doesn't matter whether we're romantically involved or not. That's like, if I care about you, I care about you. But on the other hand, when we are romantically involved, and you guys know I'm not a very physical guy, I think that's where the line in the sand is for me.
Like if you're physically attracted to them?
No, if I'm physically active with them. Does
Like,
that make
like
sense?
even if you're friends, like if there's like a tap on the shoulder, like ah ha ha, ha you're so funny, and then it's like this arm swipe situation.
Like I would never be physically active with the people that I'm emotionally intimate with. Is that fair to
Sorry,
say?
rewind. Can you
like
say that again?
like he would never physically engage another person with intent unless he wants to date them. Is that what I'm hearing?
Mm.
Like you can be very emotionally like open and vulnerable with people you're
Mhm.
close with, but if you're not dating them and then there's no active like reciprocation of
Desire?
like yes we might want to date, then you'll
Mm.
never intentionally be like you'll never physically activate yourself around them.
Yes, but also I'm only ever physically active if we're in a
Mm.
relationship, like a romantic relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like I would never, like you guys know, I don't even hug you guys.
Yeah, man, it's so hard to get a hug from you. What the hell?
Exactly. Sorry, that's another trauma. That's a different
Dude, I'm a
topic.
guy.
No, I know. I get no. Trust me.
What the fuck?
It's just right. But if I was romantically involved with a partner, then like you guys would be like, holy shit, John's so physical. You know what I mean? Like with that person. Does that make sense? Does
Like
that
you're more physically active with your
Correct.
significant other.
For you,
Interesting.
right.
correct for this lovers to friendship thing? When like imagine if I never even introduce this person to you guys, which obviously is never gonna happen. But in this hypothetical, and then you guys see me holding this person's hand, just even then that should be
Yeah.
that should be like okay,
That's a
well they're
big deal
dating.
for you.
Correct.
Yeah,
That,
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're dating.
Ah, I see.
Like,
I see,
okay,
I
so
see.
let me ask you then, like, how long would you want to be friends with somebody before you, like,
True.
hold their hand?
Ooh.
Again, I would only if we're already romantically involved.
Oh, so
No,
it's
okay.
not about a timeline, is for you,
Like,
is what you're saying.
how long would you be friends with them before either, like, before it's acceptable for you to be like, okay, let's make this, like, let's hold hands.
Thing. Well, there has to be like I hate the word of like mutual feelings, right?
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean, right? Because you said that okay, you like to be friends first, and is there
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a period where it's like, okay, we should like be friends and hang out? Like you can count it by like the number of days, you can count by like the number of hangouts, you can count by whatever metric you want to count it as, right? But
I'm not
like,
trying,
is
and I'm
it-
not. Yeah. I'm not trying to take the easy way out, but I genuinely don't have a time.
So
I
like,
think,
it
yeah.
could be like, okay, let's be friends. Like you could have been friends for like one day, and then you're like, yeah, let's hold
Yeah,
hands.
sure.
I feel like from your previous
Endeavors.
dating your endeavors, I think that tracks, because there have been times where you're like, oh, this is my third date with the girl, and you come like we're chatting about it, and I'm like, you do not look interested. And then on the flip side, I've seen you go on one date with the girl, and you're like, Addie, I'm in love. I'm like, okay,
I
bro.
never said that.
But like the what I mean, like the stark difference.
I know,
I think
I
it depends on like the quality time and how deeply you
Yes.
connect with the person,
Absolutely.
regardless of the like amount of time or number of dates you've been on. So
Correct.
I think that tracks in terms of what you're saying.
Are we still on topic, by the way?
Yeah, no, 100%.
What's the
Like,
topic?
so this topic really came about because I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you watch Netflix or whatever, but there's this movie called like, what is it called? Like Friends on Vacation? No, People We Meet on Vacation. And it's basically, it's this scenario. These two friends who's been like best friends for a decade. I think this is a more obvious scenario for you to be like, not great. But they've been friends for like a decade, since like high school or something. And basically they have a pact where they will go on vacation together once a year, no significant others, just the two of them. And they would go as friends. And throughout the movie, like every summer, I think, like they'll go somewhere, right? And it'll be just the two of them, even if they are dating other people. Like their significant other needs to understand, like, you know, this is my best friend. We have a pact to go on vacation together once a year. Like you cannot come with. And like the significant others like have met like the best friends, and supposedly they're like okay with it. I think from what I remember reading the synopsis, like I think like the guy's girlfriend at some point was kind of like sus about it and be like, you're going on vacation with who? Without me? Okay, a little weird. And she's kind of like calling him out on it. And he's like, no, we've been best friends for like a decade. It's just like a vacation, no big deal. And then obviously like every vacation they go on, they fall a little bit more in love with each other, and you see it throughout the movie. And then at the end of the movie, they break up with their respective partners, and they ultimately end up together, right? It is supposed to be a rom-com where you're following their journey as a couple, but for some reason,
You
I
can't help but look at it from the other people's perspective.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm like, if I was the girlfriend, I'd be losing my mind. I'm like, 100%. It feels like you are gaslighting me. Like, there's no way you're going on vacation with her, and you've been doing this for 10 years, and you are not in love with her. There is absolutely no way, right? Like,
you know what's funny? I find no problem with this movie whatsoever.
You don't find a problem with it. Like,
I genuinely don't.
If I was the girlfriend, honestly, I would feel like that was unfair. Like, that was very unfair to me.
Which I don't disagree. Which is the conundrum inside me, right? Of like, I see where you're coming from. I do, and I can empathize, really. But like, and no matter what I tell you that nothing's gonna happen, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
I think it's the fact that like, okay, so if I put my own kind of like personal value over this, like my personal feeling over this like movie or whatever, the act of going on vacation with your best friend, no issues, no issues at all, right? However, I think it's the fact. I think it's the fact of how they presented it, and also it's like you're almost kind of, and you know what? I think this kind of like rounds back to Addie, why you say it feels unfair in the beginning. It's like you almost feel like that your relationship with this person is gonna end because this person is gonna end up with their friend. And you know it because like it's written in the sand, and you're like, but you're wasting my time. It's not that you don't love them. It's not that you're selfish. Because you know, like when you were saying that, I was being like so stupid. Right? I was like, oh well, if you really love the person and they're happy, like why not? Right? But if this is like a 10-year long, can you imagine being with somebody for 10 years just for them to fall slowly in love with some other person? But that you're like, I see it slowly happening for 10 years, and yet like I am. Also, like half of it is a little bit you, which is like, come on, man, like you've seen it for 10 years, leave the
also
guy,
true,
you know. But also at the same time, I understand the sunk cost, I understand all of it, and then so this is why it's like, dude, like I'm happy for you, you found your true love, but like it could have happened 10 years ago, and I could have saved 10 years of my life.
I think that's
why it
exactly
feels unfair, right?
Yeah. Like it's not like a few months situation. It's years of it happening, right? And you're absolutely right. I think it's the concept of like the significant other that's gonna be left behind is watching it happen, and like that significant other that got left behind had an inkling about it.
Yeah, like the call is coming from inside the house, Mary.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why it feels kind of unfair. And like full honesty, there are two of my best friends from high school. We used to be like a throuple, okay? Like we were like three best friends.
Explain. No, speak faster. Explain better.
A throuple in the sense that it was me, another girl, and another guy, right? Like the three of us were like bestest of friends. We all dated other people, and for him specifically, he had dated multiple girls who hated me and the other girl because they hated the fact that he had two female best friends, and they were always suspicious of us. And full honesty, I think on my end, I absolutely acknowledge like he's my best friend. He has great qualities. 100%. If I caught feelings, like I would 100% date him, and I was very aware of that, right? But whenever his girlfriends would be like, oh, I like, what is it between you guys? I'm always like, no, we're just best friends. No biggie, right? Like, ultimately, basically, a few years later, after university, him and our other best friend, they got together actually, and they're married now. And then it makes me think back to like all the high school and university like girls that he dated that were suspicious of the two of us. I'm like, yeah, I mean, their suspicion was kind of confirmed. It did ultimately happen. And it was like a 10-year friendship that ended up with them getting married, right? So I'm like, so I've been in that situation where like, I'm happy for my friends. They honestly, like, they complete each other. Very, very happy for them. But at the same time, I still think back to his girlfriends and I'm like, yeah, they were onto something.
Stella, you raise your hand.
No, I was just stretching, but damn.
Yeah. So like...
Okay, that makes sense, but you know, one of the biggest regrets that I've had
Yeah.
one of the very serious relationships that I had previously
Hmm.
was that I had to cut out a really like a best friend
I feel like
for
we
that
talked about
person.
this. Like personally, we've talked about this.
And I don't know if I'm gonna keep that here, but like, and I told myself I'm never gonna do that ever again.
Mm. Okay.
You
Okay.
know, like it doesn't matter. Like my truth exists, you know,
Yeah.
and if this person doesn't have the capacity to accept the same truth that I have, you know, then like for example, like if this person was like, oh, you're always talking about Addie, you're always talking about, you know, like this
Mhm.
and that or whatever,
Right.
like I'm not gonna cut you off of my life just so and I know I'm not saying like things are gonna happen between
Right.
us or
Right.
whatever, but like on the other, like, you know, like it's just never gonna happen with me ever again. Like I told myself, because it's just not worth it. I don't think that person, I don't think that's fair. But also, again, going back to your point, Stan, and what you guys are saying of like, man, this was 10 years of the making of like this slow ticking time bomb, and I
Yeah.
get that how that's not fair, right?
Mm.
I
But
get what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Same.
for example, I think you can keep this in. I think I'm like very comfortable talking about this. Like my partner has like a good friend, and then they do a lot of things together, and like they do a lot of things together that I don't like necessarily like to do with them, because I'm like, this is just not my jam,
right,
Yeah.
right? It's so much so to the fact that like sometimes people are like, are you guys together or are you guys together? Like unsure.
Right.
And then I think it bothers him a lot. And sometimes like, and I'm gonna be very honest, right? Like I get
Mhm.
jealous sometimes. I'm just like,
Oh, yeah?
man, like
Natural.
you guys might as well be together, right?
Oh my
But then,
God.
but also at the same time, I'm also like, am I like unhappy with this, or like, am I like? And then I think to myself, like, okay, let's just say like we do break, like knock on wood. Let's just say we do break up and they end up together.
Mhm.
Like, am I gonna be unhappy about this? I'm like, no, like I'm not, you know, in this relationship with a lot of regrets.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
And like it's it is what and like I think at this point, and this is what I mean by like, this is like when it comes to feelings and people, like it's so complicated, but when I think it's just like when you kind of get to a place in your life when you're not so worried about like me and how the society sees me and like
Right,
what
right.
it is I have to present, blah blah blah. And it's just like, okay, am I living with regrets? And ultimately, no, like I'm very happy with
Mhm.
the way things
True.
are. Right?
True.
And then if it happens, like, yeah, no, for sure that's gonna suck. But would I have felt like I've wasted my time? If I was the girlfriend of that guy in this movie that you just told me, yes,
Yeah.
I would have felt like I wasted my time. I would have been hella mad. Okay?
Right.
But in this instance, I'd be like, no, like yeah, it fucking sucks, right? But it is what it is. And I also believe, and this is a big part of it too. Like I also believe
Yeah.
that if this was to happen, nobody would have maliciously been like, this is what we're plotting. We're gonna do a slow burn of this
True.
master evil plan.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Right.
No, it's just like, nah, like I know the people, I know
Mm.
everybody who is like close to me. Nobody really wants bad things to happen, and they're like, in fact, they're actively trying to make good things happen for me, and so that's what I believe.
Okay,
right?
my
And then
question
so-
is,
yeah,
do you know that guy though? Like
yeah,
the other
yeah,
person?
yeah,
and you're friends with that person as well?
yeah.
Okay.
Like sometimes I
think-
will
yeah.
feel like, man, like am I too stupid? But then also at the same time, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I think it's like for me, it's two things, right? Because I think at the beginning of my relationship with Eric, he definitely had female best friends that made me feel uncomfortable, right? They had a certain closeness that obviously I didn't have because they have a long history, you know, they grew up together or whatever, right? And I remember having many conversations with him, and I never asked
I
him
remember you had many conversations with him.
Stan was in the
Many
same room.
but I never asked him to cut them off. I never
Oh.
did. But what I did ask is like, I would like a little bit of respect. So for example, if you're gonna hang out with her, let me know. I don't want to hear from a third party as like, did you know
Yeah.
Eric's having dinner with this girl? Like, I want to be able to say like, oh yeah, that's his best friend. He told me about it. You know, or like, oh, Eric's walking down the street with this girl. Did you know? Like, and they're like taking pictures and sending to me, like, because I've also had those scenarios before, so it's like not fun. So I've had conversations with him from the get go, and I'm like, I'm never asking you to cut them off. I'm not saying don't be friends with them, but I need you to figure out a way where I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like I'm in the dark, and I feel like I can still trust you. Make me trust you was essentially what I said to him, right? And then the other side of it was me working on it where I'm like, I'm going to try to talk to this person and try to be friends with them and get to know them, right? Because I think that's a
Okay.
very big part of it. If you also get to know the person, then you can also, for myself, suss it out. Like, is she onto him? Like, do they have like a friendship, or is this more than that, right? Like, I need to get comfortable with this person. So I think
True.
it's a both people need to work on it. And it's not the friend that needs to work on it, it's the two that are in a relationship needs to work on it. But if he had just gaslight me and be like, no, we're best friends, like, this is stupid, then it'd be like, okay, then you're not trying. Like, you're not even trying to make me feel comfortable. That's when I'm like, oh, big red flag.
I
But
think. Sorry to interrupt. I think
No,
that's a
of
very good point. Where
Yeah.
if you guys are sneaking around,
Yeah, no, like big flag.
Then
Red
it's
flag.
that's
like,
like
hello,
okay,
what?
exactly.
Red
That's
flag.
fucking crazy. Okay, like that's not friendship. Okay, like why are we? Unless of course Addie's this Grinch, this witch who's like, no, you're not allowed to talk to any woman whatsoever.
Yeah.
That it come to the point where it's like, oh shit, I have to sneak around, which again is like fucking crazy in the first
Yeah,
place,
exactly.
right? Like that's just crazy on top of crazy. I'm not, I can't validate for that scenario. But
Agreed.
you're absolutely right.
Parking denied.
But in that sense, it is important to be like, oh yeah, like we're hanging out. Like we're gonna go see a movie or whatever. Or like we're going out for dinner. Like to let that partner know. And if that and you're right, like it takes a lot for you as well to be like, okay, well, I'm sharing your truth and what's about to happen, right?
Yeah.
And like that trust that you just have for each other, right? Like you just have to believe that trust and that line exists, right? Which I think is totally sensible, and I think it totally makes sense. And I interrupted because sometimes, well, at least previously, like it didn't matter if my partner knew or not. Like it was still an issue, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Was there any way like you could have done something in between, like not cutting them out, but like, I don't know, talk less, or like whenever you hang out with her, bring your girlfriend along. Like, no, was there any way
There's
that
no
you
in
could have
between.
kept it?
There was
no in between.
There was no in between.
Okay.
Like it was upsetting for her that I was interacting with another woman. Period. Right.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, well, like I don't know what you want me to do, and obviously,
Right.
and again, it was a very serious relationship for me, so like not to give any more hints as to who this person is, but
Yeah.
but like I clearly made that choice, right? And I've never reconnected with that good friend of mine since.
Okay.
Right?
Damn.
Because there was no in between, and that's what I'm saying. Like I genuinely, this is probably one of the irks that my exes hated about me, is that I never get jealous. Like genuinely, like they get annoyed. They're like, can you act jealous for like a second? Like I can't.
Yeah. Right.
Like
right.
It's just not me to be jealous.
Why
Because
is that?
good question.
Why aren't you jealous? Like I didn't think I was a jealous person, but like even just now, I'm like, no, sometimes definitely like I do get a little bit jealous, and that's okay.
I don't get I get envious of other people, but I don't get jealous of my partner. Is that fair to say?
Sure, no, like anything's fair to say.
Yeah. I see it in
Sorry, does that make sense?
I see
Yeah.
two reasons for that, and it's either or. It's either one, you really, how do I say it? This sounds really bad, but like you really don't care if that person leaves you for someone else, because to you it's like you will end up with who you are destined to end up with, right? So like if she ends up leaving you for someone else, it just means you guys were not destined together to be together forever, right? Like I feel like that's one point of view. The other point of view is, which I don't think this is you. Please tell me this is not you. Otherwise, we have another conversation to need to have off record, which is you have such low self-esteem where you're like, it's fine. They can leave me. It's
Hey,
okay.
no, come on.
Oh, you're either enlightened or an incel.
You know better. You know better.
But that's what I
my worth.
mean.
Yeah,
Like,
I know my worth.
That's what I mean. It's like, it's those scenarios. I can imagine why you don't get jealous, right?
I just have this belief that like, if you have the capacity to cheat on your partner to the extent of the effort that you're putting on there, like, the universe is gonna get you. You know what I mean? If you can sleep,
in, like, karma.
Yeah, if you can sleep next to this person that you're lying to just straight out of your teeth.
Yeah.
Listen, brother, like that's the least of my problems.
Yeah.
And that's
like
why
I don't have to
get
curse you, the world will get you. Kind
No,
of thing.
correct. Yeah. Like I don't have to do anything about that. Like I know for a fact what I do, and with the girlfriends that I have, the friends that are girls that I have that I hang out with, I know what I do with them, and I can go back to our house together and sleep in the same bed, knowing that nothing ever happened. I did not betray your trust.
Okay.
You know,
Then
that's me.
I'm trying to think of like a scenario where like I guess because you've already said like you keep, as much as you're intimate with your friends, you kind of keep your own boundary, like you don't cross the line, right? I think that's why you're comfortable having close female friends, and you don't think your significant other should have issues. I guess like I've also seen like this kind of like friends to lover situation with friends of mine. Well, like it happened to friends of mine where like their boyfriend had a female best friend, and like they are it's like kind of like the scenario that Stan was saying, where it's like, wait, who's with who here? I'm a little confused. Like, for example, they'll go to a party and it's a barbecue, right? The best friend all like walks right up to him and is like, oh, here's your favorite beer, and like the girlfriend didn't even get her bearings yet, and the best friend, his best friend's just like, oh no, I just know what his favorite beer is, no big deal. And then like say he's at the grill cooking, right? And then the best friend would like be feeding him, not the girlfriend. The best friend would be feeding him.
Well, that's a bit much.
Like, okay, can we like, all just also like just take a heartbeat here and be like, okay, if your other sex significant whatever best friend person partner is dating someone, like just back off, like have a scooch.
True.
Like
there is a line.
Just be a bro, or be a sis, and go up to their SO and be like, this is his favorite beer, go get some for him. Or it's like, hand them the beer and be like, hey, listen, this is his favorite beer, go, do your girlfriend thing, get some brownie points, and then we can kiki after.
Okay.
Like,
so I get it now. So
or
people that don't do that are sussy people.
Yeah,
be a girl's girl or be a bro. Like, don't do the other thing.
True. I think I think Stan has clear flags. Like you feeding the guy, in the barbecue.
That's crazy.
Like there's a line here, like there's just clear disrespect to like the partner who's present in the same gathering. You know what I mean? Like okay, like that's not best friend, like you're trying to start shit.
No, that is not best friend qualities.
Correct.
That is shit starter.
That's
qualities.
toxic. Correct.
All right. Fair.
So like, people check yourselves. Like, are you that person?
True.
You're right. I think that's the thing too. Like this whole like friends to lovers trope, like other than like, the significant others and those involved, I think also as the best friend, you also need to, I guess, like review your borderline, right? Like if you were both single, obviously like doesn't matter how close you get, right? But once once your best friend starts dating someone, you gotta check where your line is, and you maybe adjust. Move it back. Yeah. You gotta adjust.
Can I give you a story?
Yeah, please.
Well, I don't think this is gonna name drop, but
okay, don't name drop.
If this person is listening, they would definitely know. And you guys know how I am when I host, and like, hey, do you have a drink? Can I get you a drink? Hey, do you have more food? Can I get you? You know what I mean? Like, the hospitality of me is just like, is there. Like, I will take care of whatever if I can provide, I will provide, right?
Yeah.
This was problematic for somebody for a previous person.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because it's like, hey, why are you so attentive to all these other girls? Right?
Oh, okay. There's a Chinese term for that, but go on.
But to me, like it's a non-issue. Like this is just what I do. Like as a host, this is just what I do.
But only specifically as like a host scenario. It's
correct. Not an everyday thing.
Yeah, like say for example, the whole friends group go out to eat. Would you be the one that's like, oh, we're missing a chair, let me grab you one?
No.
Or like, oh, she doesn't have a water. Like,
that's not
It's only if you're hosting.
Correct. If only I'm the one who made the effort to provide. Again, I will provide. But if everybody else can provide, that's that everybody else's own it.
It's like I'm like absorbing your story, and I'm like, like, I'm sure like this is like beyond context, right? Like you're obviously not only attentive to girls.
Correct.
Right? But like, is there a way that you are more considerate to guys that does not seem, because like I think what you are is like you are more bro with guys. You're not gonna be like, oh hey, can I get you more stuff? Like, oh would you want more? But you're definitely more like, hey man, there's more stuff in the kitchen, like go get it. Right? Because I've been on the receiving end of that. And like that's you being very like host, like that's you
Yes.
being
Yeah.
very generous and like, hey, you want me to, but I do see like, oh, maybe you are, maybe with girls like you're softer, right? And be like, hey, can I
Yes,
get
of
you
course.
anything more like, you know,
Naturally.
courteous, right?
Correct.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
And so perhaps that's the interpretation, but also I'm thinking to myself like, is that a problem? Not really.
Is it right? But if it is a problem, do let me know. Not that
No,
it's gonna change, but
I think-
but
I
if
think
it is
if
a
you're- if
flag,
you're-
then let me know.
I think if your SO like reflects that to you, it's like what I think it was what Addie said before, right? It's like twofold. It's like one, maybe you gotta check yourself, and then she's also gotta check herself and be like, yo, is there a problem here? Because I think knowing you, there's no problem. Genuinely, like I've seen how
Facts.
you interact with like your friends, even with like your friends who are girls, no
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
Right?
Same. Agreed.
Yeah.
I'd offer Addie a jacket as much as I'd
And
offer a
perhaps
girlfriend.
the way
yeah,
you do
like a
that
partner
ought
of
to be
mine a
different
jacket.
when you're dating someone. Like I said, if the friends gotta check themselves and set boundaries for themselves, perhaps you also have to be like, yeah, I gotta be extra special to my girlfriend. Perhaps.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's true. I feel like, especially as a girl, we appreciate that, right? Like, it's fine if you're nice to
Girls
all
are
girls,
crazy,
but I need to
man.
know I'm the special girl, you know?
Cut that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, okay,
kidding.
girls are very like annoying. Even the most low maintenance girl is high maintenance. I will 100% agree with that. Like, there's no low maintenance girl. There is high maintenance, and then there's maintenance. Okay,
There's
like
maintenance. Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing below average maintenance. Okay,
Actually,
And
there's
I-
a meme. There's a meme going around right now that if you want to date a girl that's low maintenance, date a Pokemon girl.
Oh my god.
Because every Pokemon product that's been released has been like the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
That like, oh, it works. It's good enough for me.
Oh my god.
Like that's the bar they have. It's a meme. If you like Pokemon, Sally, you know I don't.
Oh my god. Name
don't-
drop.
Because she loves. She's the Pokemon
yeah.
master. You know, that's what I'm
But
saying.
yeah, like I was saying earlier, there's a Chinese netizen culture. There's a term for a guy that is nice to all girls, including their own girlfriend, the same way. They call it central air conditioning.
Never heard
You
that
just turn it
before.
on and it just circulates the whole room. There's
derogatory?
no yeah, it's called central air conditioning.
But is it derogatory?
No, it's not derogatory.
Okay.
It just
There's no
means like
negative- yeah.
you do not differentiate between people.
Yeah. There's no
But
negative light to it. Okay.
Like, there's no negative light to it, but for as the girlfriend, it's like, well, that's shitty. I don't want to be as cold as everyone else. I want to be extra, you know? Like, I want the little bit of extra attention. It's like you can pour juice for all the girls, but my cup has ice cubes.
Okay. Well.
You know what I mean? It's just a little thing just to make
Okay.
me
That's.
feel-
You know what? I will put that on the suggestion box. Because I
So-
genuinely have never thought of it that way.
So like I kind of get that. I kind of get that analogy, but also like cuz I feel like so I actually have been referred to as not central air condition because it's hilarious now that I think about it, but I have been referred to as something similar where
Conditioning man?
they're like you're like a teapot
Oh,
that brews tea and you pour tea. It's like whatever you pour out is the same for everybody. And then what I said was, hey, that's not fair. Like
Equal.
yeah.
if like I think I'm a very also a very giving person, like especially to those like close to me, like especially when I was younger I was very like in the differential between who I gave to and not, right?
Generous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
was just like, oh, like, yes, go ahead, do this, have that. And I'm very attentive to like a lot of people around me. And that's like, to me, I'm like, that's what I wanted to do. And I don't regret any of that part about me. Right. But when someone I was dating, they're like, yeah, this just feels a little bit like you're pouring the same tea for everyone. And they are like, hey, I want the ice cubes. Right. But I'm like, yeah, but like, and then what I told them was, yeah, but you have the biggest cup. Do you not realize you have the biggest cup?
Oh, okay.
Like everybody else has like, you know, tiny
a good
teacups,
one.
and you have a mug.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, but like, do you see how
Yeah,
much more I'm pouring here? Like, and then, but like now that I'm like older and hopefully some will say wiser, but
Wiser.
older for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Right
yeah.
now, like I think back, I'm like, okay, you know what? Like I could do the extra step and give them the proverbial like ice cubes, right? But to me, at the, and I don't regret it, right? But at the time, I do
Right.
feel like I'm like, hey, like you have the biggest cup, and I love pouring into your cup. That's it to me.
Ah.
Right. And then so anyway,
Yeah,
John, I'll
yeah.
give you the chance to further defend yourself. But I feel like maybe that's also similar to how you approach things.
It is. It's good. But also
Okay.
my defense is that Yes, I am a central air conditioning for everybody during gatherings, but you're always air conditioned
Aw,
outside of those gatherings.
always
true.
air
You guys know.
conditioned.
But you are. You're always
Yeah.
air conditioned. You know what I
I see.
mean? Like I always go out of my way to make you feel special. Outside of just this one time that we're in a social gathering where I am central air conditioned.
I'm always a comfortable 21,
I don't know what that means.
like degrees.
Temperature, room temperature.
Ah,
like,
sorry.
amazing.
Okay, sorry. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I thought you were talking about Taylor Swift.
Oh no.
Oh my
But,
gosh.
But yeah, but that like legit, right? Like that's my defense. Like, oh, so all of a sudden every day doesn't count? It's just today doesn't count?
True. Okay. I see what you mean. It's like you always get air conditioning. They
You
only
do.
get this one time when I'm
Correct.
hosting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Right? Okay, so that's fair.
But you still
I-
gotta sometimes make it special, as you're air conditioning the same way. You
God.
sometimes gotta sprinkle like maybe some like chamomile scent or something. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
sometimes.
I think I know, especially for girls. I don't know if it's the same for guys. Maybe Stan, you can tell me this. But for girls, yes, I get your AC every day. But in gatherings, I want other people to know I got your AC
my
every day. That's why in
God.
front of other people, you gotta give me a little bit of something on
So
top of whatever AC you're
exhausting.
giving everyone else. Yeah, there's like a
It's a late to
small
claim.
performative. Yeah, exactly. Like, don't make me pee on you kind of situation, right? Like, show them that you are mine.
That's fucked up, but yeah, I get it. You make your point, yes. Regardless, you just treated me like a tree,
Like,
like a
my
fire
tree.
hydrant. Yeah.
so Stan, does this hold true for like in like gay relationships as well? Like, do you need to show people that you are so and so's boyfriend or
So,
like this person? You
I
know
think
what I mean?
think more or less like I don't think this is like a gay or straight thing, but I feel like this is a very human thing for like certain people. Absolutely, like they definitely have a higher urge to pee on everything, right?
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like they're like,
Can we get out of this analogy?
Lay the territory. you know?
yeah.
Seriously.
You know?
Yeah, mark your territory, bro.
Yeah, and I think that's
Alright,
like
alright.
okay, right? And especially
right.
if like your SO happens to be this very like social person and like they do happen to give a lot to other people, then it's like yeah, sometimes you
Right.
do gotta let the other. Okay, I'll be nice. Are we still PG? I don't know. Like you gotta let the other bitches know to like back off a little, sometimes.
100%.
Yeah.
You gotta bark a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well,
Bark
no,
and
no,
bark.
I genuinely think that is fair. That is a fair thing to be like, okay, like it's true. Every day I am air conditioned, but around your friends, I want to be extra air conditioned, just so.
Like I want to be cold
know.
around your friends. I want to be
just so they
shivering.
know. I want to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want -2.
Yeah.
okay?
Everybody's comfortable. I'm cold.
Yeah, that's true. I need a goose jacket right now.
Oh man.
You know?
All right. That I think that sounds fair. I think
Okay,
that
that's
sounds
fair. That's
So I think it as a summary of this like friends to lovers trope, I think we're generally okay with like, be friends before you date. But check yourself. Like don't make your SO feel awkward about your best friendships or friendships in general. And also if your best friend is finally dating someone, as the
Check yourself.
other best friend, like check yourself. Maybe set up your friend's SO for success. I think that's the genuine feeling. But otherwise, if you're going to be weird about it, if you're gonna sneak around about it, it's not
Yeah,
cheating, but it's not
that's-
cheating. So it's on you to check everything.
Yeah, don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
I'd say it's Stanley's cue, but he has 3 beers to shout out.
True.
Listen,
No,
you know what, Stan?
I got it.
You got it?
Okay,
I was gonna say
all right.
this one's for you, like to just shoot your shit, like this one. You know what I mean?
It's either I do
Like-
this or I get kicked off the podcast.
Oh god.
Oh, no. It sounded like that, but it's not. But anyway,
Bro,
sorry.
Like, can we chill? Wait, okay. Before we even get there, did everybody finish your beer?
Yes.
No.
I never do.
I'm getting used to because
Oh.
this is my third, right? So I'm getting used to it. But
Bro,
I can tell you
10%.
my eyes are heavy.
Oh.
Oh
Like,
dang.
my
Okay.
eye-
I finished
Yeah, yeah,
mine.
yeah.
This is empty.
Nice.
Addy?
Stella.
I did
No?
not. I cannot.
Alright, alright.
I'm like so bloated.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. Okay, so Sparklepuff, Stella Artois, I think it's Wicklow Wolf,
Yeah.
right? Independent.
Wow, nicely done.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
about Apex Predators.
Predator.
If any of you are listening, okay, if any of these wonderful breweries are listening, we chose our own adventures and we chose you. And if you'd like to choose us back and sponsor us for a future episode, we definitely welcome the partnership, and you can definitely reach out to us at Addie.
We are on Instagram and TikTok. We are Beer Talks TO. That's BEERTALKSTO. That's Beer Talks TO.
Beer Talks.
Beer Talks.
Beer Talks TO. That's us. That's Beer Talks Toronto. By the way, Stan, you know, if we ever do get sponsors, you will do the sponsor read
What?
every time.
100%.
Just so
yeah,
you know.
you have
Why?
the best like reading voice.
Yeah, cause like that's your spot now.
That's my spot.
Like- yeah. You know how a podcast now just gets interrupted? This episode is
Oh
brought
yeah,
to
yeah.
you.
You know
Like, that's
what?
you.
Next
Yeah,
episode,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna like in the middle of me talking and be like, "We're interrupted by," but like nobody. By nobody, we're not sponsored.
Do you want to record that? I can do that for you. Just like,
Oh man.
this is where ad would be placed if we had an ad. You know, like
Oh, like
you,
in between
you could do
segments?
that. Anyway, speaking of segments, it's your favorite segment.
the song.
Okay,
Okay, you know what?
Okay.
I'm constantly impressed that it is the same song every time.
I told you.
Wow.
I told you. It's the same theme song
Is
every
this
time.
planned?
I have it recorded in my head, guys.
Do you really?
Yeah, I have the jingle in my head. Anyway, welcome back to Peak or Cheek.
Oh my god.
Stan, did you come up with one
It's me,
today?
yeah,
because
it's
it's
me.
your turn today. Yeah, it's
Okay.
you.
I have one. I don't know if I'm not gonna be completely confident on this one. I'm like, did we already do this?
Okay.
Unsure.
God.
Okay,
Okay.
like unsure. Okay. I wanna just generally, just because of like what I'm going through personally recently, Pokemon.
Oh.
Peak or cheek.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Well, Addy. Oh well, you go.
Oh,
first,
I gotta go
Addy.
first, right? Okay. So
Yeah,
as a
Okay,
Pokemon
okay.
master in training, I have to say it is peak.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Adeline. it's
Just
your go.
Pokemon, right? Like not the company. Like just Pokemon.
Just Pokemon.
Well, no, it's just Pokemon. He said Pokemon,
That's
bro.
the word, Pokemon.
It's everything under that sunshine.
Everything under
of
that
Pokemon,
sunshine
brother.
umbrella. Everything,
Yeah.
everything you see under the
Everything.
sun, Simba.
Oh my god.
That's right, Pokemon.
I am. Oh man, is there no like beige option?
The beige option.
Yeah, she wants the or. She doesn't want peak or cheek. She just wants or.
What the or? Because okay, for me, okay, I'll say peak only because to me is nostalgia. I never played the game, never collected the
Wait, you
cards.
never played
but
the
I watched
game?
the anime. Never played the game. Because I never grew up with any like consoles or anything, right? So I never
Oh.
really. Yeah, I've
He's
never
not a
played the
gamer like
game.
that, bro.
Yeah, I was poor. like,
Okay,
hold
well,
on. Addy
No,
is
like,
a gamer,
actually,
just
I
not a
didn't-
gamer like that.
That's what
exactly.
I said. Addy's not a gamer like that.
I
That's what I
know.
said.
Yeah, like I just yeah, I could not afford gaming for the longest time growing up. But it's nostalgic to me because I watched the anime on like YTV.
Mm.
So it's peak in the sense that it's giving me nostalgia, but like I haven't. Oh, and I played Pokemon Go for.
Oh yeah, you
a-
did
a
play
good
Pokemon Go with us.
Yeah, and like it was honestly, I think it was more about the social aspect than it was Pokemon, but I like that it brought friends together. So I would say peak for those reasons. I wanted to say beige because I'm like, it's not really a high or a low for me. It was just like
Oh, like a mediocre
mid.
warm water. Yeah.
yeah, it's
No,
like
that's
very
fair.
warm. Like I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. But then because of the nostalgia, it kind of like bumped it up to like 51%. So I say peak.
Yeah.
All right. Fair
Would you
enough.
let your child watch it?
Yeah, I think anime is great for children and children development. Yeah.
Well, select,
I
select
also want my
animes.
yeah, select animes, yes. Like was that oh my god, what is that called? Forgetting Neverland?
Finding Neverland.
Promised
Literally,
Neverland.
I was just thinking that too. I'm like, don't let her watch that.
Yeah. Yeah, not watching that. But like, Naruto, great. One Piece,
Oh
phenomenal.
wow. Okay.
Like
You'll just go anime in general. Okay.
yeah,
That's fair.
yeah, like
That's fair.
I think they can learn a lot of life lessons from anime. But anyways, I digress.
No, that's fair. Pokemon is also it's peak. I think Pokemon
Really?
is peak.
Honestly,
I know.
I did not expect
Yay.
from you.
Yeah, I
What
was
do you
expecting
mean?
the up.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
think
I just
Pokemon's
feel like you're
peak.
too cool for Pokemon.
Oh, that's not true. Oh, true. Okay, fair. It is very mainstream, correct?
It's become very mainstream, hasn't
Correct.
it?
But the thing is, Stanley, the thing is with me is that I only ever learned the first 151 Pokemon
Oh.
back when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the first original 151 Pokemon, and I never learned anything.
You know what? And that's okay. That's okay. You know what?
Yeah.
Not all Pokemon's for all people, but there's some Pokemon for somebody out there.
Precisely.
Mhm,
And that's why with that 151 Pokemon, I think it's peak. You know?
Okay.
One of the complaints that I had with Sally was like, oh, they have like Alolan this or like, you know, like a different region this. They really ran out of Pokemons. You know what I mean? Or like they made like a key Pokemon or like a sword Pokemon. And I'm like, really?
Was the leek an original?
A leek?
Yeah, like the vegetable leek.
Well, there's a
The
leek
leek, like
Pokemon? There's a
Farfetch.
Pokemon that holds a leek.
It looked
Farfetch.
Farfetch. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Farfetch.
but he holds a leek. That's the bird Pokemon. But I'm saying like they're really starting to like, wow, like, you know, like sky's the limit here, guys. And you're making the sky very low. And that's my only qualm. Like that's my only qualm.
To be
with it.
fair, there's like
Yeah.
over like 1,100 now released Pokemon.
I know,
There's
I
a lot.
know.
Some
I
of
know,
them,
but I'm just saying.
some of them truly, or like, yeah, no, I agree with you. Some of them are a question mark, but some of them are like truly, I think, are peak designs.
Like, Addy, I don't know. You know Starmie? You remember Starmie? You must. The starfish one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where the voice actor's like, yeah, you know, like that's all he said, right? Yeah. And, so they added Mega Evolutions, Addy. Okay?
What are mega evolutions? What the
Exactly,
heck?
right? So, firstly, don't worry about it.
Okay. Fine,
Secondly, the Mega Evolution for Starmie, he walks now.
Wait, what? Like human walk?
Yeah, like he has a butt.
Okay, I feel like that
I'm not
is
fucking
fan
with you.
service.
Look it up.
Okay.
Look it
Oh
up.
my
And
God.
I was like, wow, they are really running out of
But
ideas.
you know what? As a player of the game, when you encounter it for the first time, like I almost died laughing, and I had such a great time.
True, fair. For like the comic relief, like I get it. It is like.
And like,
But
and I
that's my
think
qual-
I think
this-
that's what also sometimes what makes something iconic. You know?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Despite that, I still think it's peak. Stanley.
Oh, I'm really happy
could
to hear
reason.
that. So I think it's peak, just because I think in all the combinations of what you guys said, like to me, it's like something I grew up with. There's definitely one Pokemon for everybody out there, right? Like because now there are so many, and I feel like recently I've gotten very into the VGC, the video game competition aspect of Pokemon, and
No.
yeah. So like I'm like
The
learning,
battles?
like I'm learning like matchups and like things like that. Like I'm not
No
actively
way!
participating or anything, but
I was gonna say, are you competing?
no, like not now anyway. But I find that
Not now.
right, maybe I don't know, maybe one day in the future. But I find the aspect of it super interesting. I think it
Interesting.
requires a lot of strategy, which is something I enjoy, kind of like
Hmm.
you know pushing my brain to do.
Okay.
And then so yeah, like I think it's so great. I've been playing Pokopia. As of recording, it's come out for I think a week. And I think I can say that like actually out of most of the Pokemon games, this one would be like top 3 for me. Like it's not even a mainline Pokemon
hey.
game. Yeah, it's very different. It's not like there's no combat, there's no nothing like in there. But I think the story, the design, like I think you can really tell like the developers like put a lot of thought into it, and like
They cared.
yeah. And I really enjoy these kind of games where like as I'm playing the game, I'm like, wow, like someone's put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this, and like they really care about this game. And that's how I felt about this. And I'm like, oh. And then so that kind of like not renewed, but like further ignited.
Invigorated.
Yeah. Further invigorated this like, you know, hobby of mine. But anyway, I think it's peak.
Nice.
Peak chew, if you will.
Wow. I feel like pressing the stop recording button.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
But I just want to say, you know, the Pokemon battle that you were talking about. I also never got into it, but you guys know how much of a nerd I am. But I genuinely spent an investment of time just to like know what's going, because it's basically like really complicated rock paper scissors.
It's chess. It's genuinely chess. Like
It's
grandmaster, like
Yeah.
chess grandmasters, like real grandmasters would go enter into
Which
this
is-
competition and play this and be like, wow, this is very similar to chess.
which is very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like being a step ahead of your opponent.
Yeah.
It's like I predicted
Yeah.
exactly what you're gonna do. Like I soul read you.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
The
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
like I soul read you. Anyway, okay, unanimously, Beer Talks thinks that Pokemon is
Yeah, I'm so happy about this outcome. Yay.
Yeah.
That's us. Anything else to add, guys? On your beers? I know it's a little past that, but
No, I
enjoy
Stella. I love this beer. This is, I think, one of my all-time favorites. So,
Addie, would you order yours?
I absolutely would. I think this is.
I'm
a
really
great-
curious. You jerk. Well,
You should definitely.
You guys know my take with Sparkle Puffs. I have a couple more in the fridge, so
Just a couple.
just a couple. Just a couple.
Oh,
thanks
man.
thanks for tuning in this episode of Beer Talks. We'll catch you guys again next time. I don't know why my voice is so high. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.